Oh my goodness. This is going to take forever. G'day guys and welcome back to another episode of the Survival Let's Play series with me, Guy Tries. So nice to see all of your lovely little faces again. Welcome to another episode. Guys, today we have a massive little project. Well, we can't use massive and little in the same sentence, no. Not for this project. It's going to be an epic project, but it is going to take quite some time. So I can already predict that this video will be late about a week or so. So if you guys have waited that long, that extra week, thank you so much. And as you guys can also tell, I am currently still a little bit sick. Another reason why we are going to be delayed a little bit is because I did have some time to rest. I was quite sick for quite some time, about a week and a half, so we couldn't really do much filming. But I am feeling a little bit better, slightly congested still, but my voice will get a little bit better as the episode goes on, hopefully. If not, you guys will just have to put up with my congested voice. But with that being said, let's talk about what we're going to do today. So, over the last couple of episodes, we have been building quite small, relatively speaking. We have been making this little street here, and boy, looks pretty fantastic. We've got this whole nice view going on over here, back and forth. I could stare at it all day, and I love running through this entire area. But small, nothing too big. The last thing we built that was really big, I would say, would have to be that tree factory and shop over there. And before that, we had the massive library over there, which we don't visit as often as I'd like to, admittedly. It's where we keep all of our enchanted books and all of our librarians just in there. But we don't really enchant things that much anymore. And also we have that giant monolith over there, which we get all of our gunpowder from. But again, I've been AFKing there for quite some time, for a very long time, at the very start since I built it. So we got quite a lot of gunpowder. But outside of those things, we haven't built very big in quite a long time. So in today's episode, we will be doing exactly that. We're going to take that big mentality, that big mindset, and we're going to bring it right over here. You guys may have seen, I have been working on it at the very start of this episode, and well, we're still not done. We've got quite a lot of terraforming to do. In fact, we got quite a lot of things to build, which is fun. It's going to be very fun, but it's going to take quite a long time. As you guys can see, I have gone ahead and I have removed mostly all the blocks that we had on top here. We did have a couple of hills up and down and whatnot, but I did bring down everything to, I believe, Y136, and then we've kept everything in this shulker box. As you guys can see here, we have a whole bunch of grass, we have some dirt in these ones, but we have a whole bunch of stone in these ones, and then a couple of ores that I'd also like to keep. Towards the end, I ended up just leaving everything to despawn because I don't have that many more shulker boxes left to store things, so we've gone ahead and just let them despawn over time, which is alright by me because we have a lot of things that we need to do. We need to build up from here now, and that's going to take quite some time. And I want you thinking, Guy, if you had to build up, why did you cut away the mountain? Well, we need materials. We need a lot of materials actually. Aside from having or needing around 6,000 grass blocks, we also need around 10,000, 11,000 moss blocks, which we currently don't have. So it's time for us to AFK a little bit, a very long time perhaps, at our moss farm so we can get all 10 to 11,000 worth of moss blocks. So let's go back to the home base, to the city, and let's get that sorted. But what are we actually building? Well, let's talk about that as well whilst we get everything set up, whilst we check if we do actually have enough moss. Now, we got that much, a double chest and another double chest. Yeah, definitely not enough. But what are we building today? Well, this build is inspired. This build was suggested by a Discord member. Guys, we do have a Discord. If you do want to check it out, visit the channel. I would recommend it. It's in the link below. We talk about a bunch of things, not even to do with Minecraft, just a bunch of interests as well. And you can also share any of your ideas that you have for this episode, this series, and just anything in general. But a member on there, his name is XM, and he suggested that we make a massive library or a building that we can keep all of the comments, some top-notch comments from you guys in. And I thought that was a fantastic idea. Let's go ahead and let's do that. So I designed a really big, cool-looking library on top of a very big hill with some things around it. And that's where we're going to keep you guys. We're going to keep all your comments in there. We are going to go ahead and immortalize all your comments from past, present, and future comments, which I think is pretty cool. What do you guys think? Sounds good, right? So that's what we've got going on today. It's going to be a fun little episode. But for now, let's AFK just a little bit so we can get those moss blocks. Okay. Let's see. Turn that on and it should start. Yep. Perfect. Okay. I will see you guys in just a bit. Hopefully. I'll let you know how long it takes. But let's go ahead and collect all that moss and then the other materials and we'll start building. We'll do things nice and slow. We'll go through things step by step as we usually do. And then we'll see where it goes. Sounds good? Good. Okay. Let me go ahead and find a spot where I can AFK and not die. Perfect. This should do. Alrighty. So we've gone ahead and we've collected all of the moss blocks that we needed for today's build. Kind of. Some of them anyway. Just enough for the terraforming of the mountain. Didn't actually take too long. In fact, it didn't take no time at all. I did seriously underestimate the power of the farm that I made. We collected it quite quickly, and in doing so, we were able to collect all the other little materials that we need for the mountain side as well. So, we have all that sorted. So, the next best thing to do is to actually build it. Let's head to that mountain side right now. Now, in terms of the actual mountain, it's going to take a bit longer than the actual build itself because I did not only want to terraform, I also want to add some cool little structures along the way just to make it look even better because this is going to be for you guys, for all of you guys who have been supporting me throughout the episodes, leaving all your comments and also all your likes. So I want to make this place a very, very special. So it needs to look very, very cool. So I've gone ahead and done that, but for now we need to get this whole place looking nice before we build anything else on top. So in here we have a bunch of shulker boxes and this is just for the mountain on its own, not even the build included and the other decorations. But as you can see, we have a whole bunch of materials and blocks in here, all green, of course, because we are making the mountain. A whole lot of grass, a whole lot of green concrete, and a whole lot of green wool, and then some other little blocks along with it, like mossy cobblestone, and also some andesite. And do we have anything else? No. And that's about all. So we're going to take all of these items here, and we are going to start building. We might need to remove this little beacon over here, but for now I think we'll keep it. In fact, we could turn it into some sort of jump boost because that would help with a lot of the building. But with that being said, let's go ahead and let's get started. Right, we got quite a lot of things to do today. So I'll start with this mountain and I'll see you guys in just a short while. And the first comment of the day goes to ToxicThornYT. And they say that this channel really deserves some love. The combination of the very relaxing voice and the amazing builds is perfect, and that they love that we give the buildings a function. Well, Toxic, I really hope you join our Discord and share what you've built in your world. I would really love to see them. I'm sure it's amazing. But otherwise, thank you so much for your amazing comment. And I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. You know, there are a lot of things that I love about Minecraft, but making massive mountains and terraforming definitely isn't one of them. Well, at least it's at the very bottom of that list. But with that being said, we're done with the mountain. Kind of. We still have a lot of other little bits and pieces that we need to add onto this massive, massive thing. But overall, I'd say that we are complete. And if we wanted to, we could add in the actual structure of the library right here. But it would look slightly incomplete. So we got some more items in that chest over there that we can use to fill out this place and make it look a little bit more magical, almost a little bit more dystopian in a way. But before we do, let's have a nice little look at what we've done. So as you can see, we used a whole lot of moss blocks, grass, and also some green concrete. Altogether, it looks fantastic, especially from above. As you guys can see, we have a whole bunch of things going on, a bunch of patterns. Though I wouldn't call it patterns, maybe spirals that we have with these blocks. And something strange is going on here where the lightest block is actually the darkest block. And that is the green concrete, which seems to stand out the most. It's almost like it's the brightest within this pattern, which usually isn't the case. But I think because of the pattern and because of the colors used and also the block, with concrete being very smooth and also rather shiny, it does lend to the effect that we see right here, which I think is quite nice. But what do you guys think? In terms of texturing the mountainside, we've used exactly the same blocks. The moss blocks, the grass, and also the green concrete. But we've added in some other things as well, like the andesite that I did mention before, the mossy cobblestone, and also the tuff and whatnot, as you guys can see. I did try my best to blend it into the actual mountainside, bringing it back into the grass blocks. But, I mean, overall, I am quite happy with it. Of course, we are not complete. This is something that we are going to work on for the foreseeable future, perhaps. It is nowhere near done. I just wanted to get a nice little outline, a nice little shape and color for the current mountain. So we're going to leave it the way it is for now, and then we're going to work on the other things that we can add onto this mountain throughout the episodes. We won't be making it the main focus of each and every other episode, perhaps, in the coming future, but we'll definitely do something with this mountain. I do want to add a lot of detail. And speaking of detail, let's go ahead and let's do that. So, like I said, we are going to add some things that make this place look a little bit more magical, almost a little bit more dystopian, and also a bit more abandoned, or almost something that you wouldn't be able to access unless you have some sort of higher privilege. Which is weird to say, but I did want to make this place nice and awesome for you guys. So in this box, we have a whole bunch of other things, a whole bunch of grass and some other stone-like materials. Basically the same things that we've used in this entire mountainside build. But it's going to be even better. I think it looks so cool. I really love the new mod Axiom. You can make so many wonderful things with it. With that being said, let me go ahead and let's start building. And let's get in the extra little details around here. And then we can start making a massive, massive build. And for those who are wondering what happened to my levels, well, here I am, putting all these blocks together, making this place look cool. And then from the deep dark, yeah, I'm sure you can guess what happened next. Not my finest moment. Well, isn't that magical? Look how majestic he is, sitting on top of that boulder. I wonder what B-dubs would think. But most importantly, guys, what do you think? So, we've finished with the boulders, the little details that I said we'll add into this build, into this mountain, and what do you guys think? I think it looks pretty cool. Definitely adds to the effect of this place being somewhat magical and almost distant to those who are trying to access it. Only those who are lucky enough to make it up here. And that is definitely you guys that are watching right now. So, let's take a closer look at what we've done. Like I said before, we have used exactly the same blocks that we used to make this mountainside. We've got the turf, we've got the andesite, the light grey wool, light grey concrete, and also the mossy stuff over there, as well as up top, and then the green concrete. So I've gone for this kind of gradient as well, but as you can see, I didn't stick with it the whole way through. So we have the stone that leads up to the greenery, and then we have the greenery that leads up to the stone, which I think was a nice little mix. You could think of it as this stone over here, it's just getting mossified, getting run over by all the greenery first, versus this one over here, where it's much higher. So we get a lot more of the wind, a lot more of the things blowing on top of that, which are making it green. That is my thought process. Not sure if that makes sense, but I hope that it does. And as you can see, that's exactly what I've done for the rest of these ones over here. As you guys can see, we have a nice long one over here. We'll just change up the shapes and the sizes. I've used Axiom to create these things, and we've just used the cone. We've made it rounder, less round, longer, and wider for all these interesting shapes. I like this one in particular. It's almost like it's resting on that one over there. And this one, we just do have a couple more as well. That one is also pretty cool. Maybe a bit too thick on this one, but I still like it nonetheless. And this one, the 3, I love that one, especially now that we have this guy on top with his nice white little socks sitting on top of that boulder. And speaking of, I think this one came out really nice as well, especially with the shading and the gradient. And then some more dotted around as well. And we do have a couple at the very front, which I think is very cool to the entrance. Something that you could see when you walk up this thing, because we will make a nice long path that leads all the way up. We can ride our horse, but we do have that one over there. That one is a really cool one. I got inspired by that little scene from Lion King, I believe. This is where they live. I think this is called Pride Rock. And we have this massive long one that kind of sits on top of this small stubby one, which I think is a pretty cool look. And it definitely adds to the effect of the mountain. And of course we have these ones as well, which are the same old things that we saw at the top. But, like I've said before, this thing is not done. We are going to add so much more detail over the course of the videos. Not in each video, because we do have some other things that we need to tackle back at home base, but we'll definitely add some more boulders, some pathways, and we'll blend in the terrain a bit more. But now that's all done. That's all we're going to do for today in terms of the mountainside and the boulders and terraforming, which means now we can get on with the main build for today. The main build that we set out to do. Oh boy, this has been a massive episode. So far, it has taken me roughly, I would say, 7-8 hours to build everything that you see before you, not including the things that we've collected. And I'm assuming that the next build is going to take another couple of hours more. Of course, this is a very big build, so it's nothing like the smaller ones that we do have back at home base, which usually do take about an hour or so to put together. But this one so far is looking fantastic, and I'm really excited to see how this thing looks in its entirety. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and finish off this episode with the final build. We'll have a little walkthrough. No interior for this one today, guys. I'm sure you know why. It's massive build, and I don't want to drag it out any more than I have, because this video is delayed probably about a week already, I assume. So, best to leave the interior and stuff for the next episode. Okay. That being said, let's go ahead and let's build this library. Let's go. There goes to Queenly Quests, and they say that our videos are underrated. They just came across our channel and that they think our builds are amazing and that we will get a spot on Homercraft. Thank you so much, Queenly Quest, for your comment. Really hope I do. Maybe one day. Who knows? But thank you so much for your comment. I really appreciate that. And I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Oof. All right. We are now done with today's build, guys. What do you think? Look at this in its entirety. Yes, this will be the library that we'll be putting all of the books with all of your comments inside of. It is massive and it looks absolutely fantastic. Again, I'm quite biased. I did build it. So tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What could we add to this entire build? As we go through it, you will see that there are some empty spots. So we'll definitely add a few things. Like I said, this is not done, not by a long shot. Just want to get a nice little foundation in when we're continuing it throughout the other episodes. But let's have a nice little look at it. Let's get nice and close and let's see what we've done over here in terms of the shading, the texturing, and also the different blocks that we've used. Starting with the blocks, as you can see, our darkest block is in fact going to be the basalt and also the deep slate, along with this black stone as an accent. In terms of the lightest block, we've gone with this one here, the bone block, and also the mushroom blocks into the diorite, which then leads into the andesite, and then also as a really cool accent, almost like a technique that you can use to show a bit more of a highlight, is this sandstone here. I know what you're thinking. Why does that work? Well, let's take a step back and have a look. So why does it work? Well, if you look at it from far away, you can see that the yellow is much more prominent than that of the lightest color, being the bone blocks, and the darkest color being the black stone and also the deep slate. And because it is prominent, it does draw your eye to that yellow sandstone instead of to the grays and the blacks, which kind of blend into each other. So we have that dotted around in all sorts of places, kind of highlighting little areas like the corners over there, the corners over here, and the corners I did on purpose because, as you can see, the sun, it's up there, but it does rise from over here. So as it goes up and around, we are going to focus on when the sun is about there, and that's why I've shaded it as I have. We have a bit more of a lighter side over here with the sandstone as an accent, highlighting it a bit more on that corner over there versus it being much more darker over here, and also darker in places where you would find the pillars are under some sort of tower or lip. For example, this one over here, quite dark because it is under that roof over there. So that is the type of pattern that I've been following for this build, the type of blocks that we've used and how we've arranged them, and we've done that the same with the slabs over here. Light on that side, dark on that side, and the side being lightest, and then over there, deep slate being the darkest. In terms of the actual platform, yeah. Now, I didn't get lazy. I just figured that it would look better with the smooth stone and the smooth stone slabs, just because any other color that I did use with it would take too much attention away from the actual build. I want people to see this, see the stairs, but also focus on this as they walk up. So I did leave it as smooth stone because I think with the gray, it does still stand out. It does still look cool, but it doesn't take away from the overall build. And as you can see, we do have a whole bunch of armor stands over there doing different poses and whatnot. We have them scattered around, not just at the front, but also on the sides as well. And yes, we will, in fact, put some clothes on these guys. We will armor them up, but I don't know which one to use. So, guys, in the comments, let me know what type of armor should I use for these armor stands. Leather, iron, gold, maybe even diamond, but definitely not netherite. So let me know in the comments below what we should do with these armor stands, how we should dress them up. For now, they're just going to be naked and posing, pointing at the stars and whatnot. And taking a closer look as we go up these stairs. Pretty cool, right? Taking a look, we do have some banners. It was quite plain with just these pillars, so I did add these banners over here. I did try to use a loom to make some sort of pattern, but didn't work out. If you guys do have a design, let me know. Join the Discord. Guys, we do have the Discord. If you guys do want to share your ideas, join the Discord and you definitely can. And we can definitely have a look at it. So you can see we just have a bunch of banners lined up behind some spruce trapdoors. And on the sides, nothing too substantially different. It is pretty much exactly the same, just more pillars, no opening, and then do have 2 banners as well. Now let's have a look at this dome. This is a pretty cool dome. I did try to texture it with glass, but it's very hard to do so, especially with the shaders on. Without shaders, it looks pretty cool, but I think overall this dome did turn out very nice, and as you can see, we did leave some air holes in here as well. I did want a whole bunch of natural lighting to hit inside of the library, so I did put the dome there. Now speaking of inside the library, let's go ahead and let's walk inside. As you can see, natural lighting is coming right inside and it looks fantastic, but as you can also see, not a whole bunch of lighting on the other sides. So we do get a whole bunch of mobs. In fact, looking at the clock, we are going to get a bunch of mobs soon and they're going to spawn in very, very quickly. But other than that, nothing too crazy with the decorations. Pillars are all the same, just scattering back and forth. Oh, there goes the skeleton. Oh, it hit the spider. So the pillars are just the same, and as you can see, we do have a nice little highlight over here. Now I've done that with some lichen. Got some lichens behind the animals over there, so it gives it a nice little glow. In terms of the floor, very simple. Got some polished diorite and also polished deep slate scattered around in this checkered board pattern. This, I think, will be subject to change. We might put in some glazed terracotta. Not too sure yet, but it's quite plain old Jane over here. And then the next episode, we'll sort that out as well. Let's put in an interior. Don't know what that's going to look like, but we will definitely have some bookshelves scattered around here. Some places to sit. And some other decorations that you would find in a library. Oh, the night has fallen. Let's get out of here. Well, with that being said, guys, that is our build today. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Not just about the library, but about the entire build, the mountain, and also the boulders that came with it. So let's make our way up here and we can say goodbye. Perfect. So guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. I know it has been a long time coming. I am quite late with this one, so I apologize. So thank you for being patient. I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for commenting, not just in these videos, but in the previous. And for those who made comment of the day today, thank you so much for your comments. I will see you guys in the next episode. But until then, oh, wait. A huge thank you to XM for providing me with this little gem of an idea. So thank you so much, XM. If you guys do have some ideas of what we can do in this world, put in the comments down below or maybe join the Discord and let me know in there, okay? So as I was saying, I'll see you guys in the next episode. But until then, bye.